Hey, today's video is Laugh at Joe Day. We're remote here. My kitchen sink here is in the foreground for a reason. I had an experience last week that I thought I'd share, and some lessons I've learned again. But this faucet started dripping on me, a slow drip, and I've replaced these faucets, internal workings and seals and gaskets before. It's these little bitty black seals that seal off this little ball. The little ball's underneath the handle on this faucet, and you can see it has little holes in it. When those holes line up, you get hot and cold water. Another internal part is this little cam. It's got a seal around it and on the outside and a seal on the inside. Well, anyway, this thing started leaking, which typically it's these little bitty seals that go on the hot and cold water that wear out over time. This house is 14 years old, raised 4 kids in it, total family of 6. Faucet gets a workout. So started dripping. I said, hey, this is a small job. I went to Home Depot and bought some replacement seals. There's a little spring backer that goes in there, and I said, hey, this is easy. So I looked at, hey, my mowing faucet here, get the replacement seals, I put them in, drive 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, let's say 20 minutes in the store. So every venture to the store cost me an hour. Comes off with a little Allen wrench, pull it apart, replace these seals in about 10 minutes, still leaking. So I'm frustrated, can't quite figure it out. Then I decide I looked at this cam, this little cam which the handle follows, restricts the movement of it. I say, hey, that's a little bit worn in there, so I'm gonna go back to Home Depot and buy a replacement cam. So I buy a replacement cam, put the whole thing back together again, or tried to put it all back together, and I couldn't get this cam in there. It's got a little divot or a protrusion, let's say, on this one side that it has to fit in there perfectly, and I couldn't get it back in there. I was just frustrated with that. I'm about 2 hours in, made 2 trips to Home Depot. Well, 2 hours of that, plus about another hour trying to get the thing back together, and still frustration sets in. And then I start scratching my head, watching some YouTube videos, and I figured out that I have a Delta faucet. There are no markings on my faucet at all. Every other faucet in our house, we built this house, is mowing, but my wife picked out a Delta faucet, so I have to go back and I buy all Delta materials. And I'm telling you, on this trip to Home Depot, I bought every replacement kit that Delta had on their shelf. So I'm buying like 6 kits, all different. They have seals, some have these internal balls, replacement balls, some have cams in it. I'm buying 6 of these things, trip number 3 to Home Depot, and which guaranteed me a 4th to take them all back. So lo and behold, I put everything together, worked like a charm, and then I took back all the pieces to Home Depot and got a refund on those. So let's look at my job here. First of all, was it a planned job? No. I did have quite a bit of expertise in this. I knew what to replace in here. I've done this a few times in my houses and in friends' houses, parents' houses, things like that. But overconfidence said, hey, I can do this. And the actual wrench time of the job, doing productive work, no more than 20 minutes. No more than 20 minutes. But I had about 5 hours invested in this. 4 trips to Home Depot. 4 trips to Home Depot. And a lot of frustration, some time watching videos. And the reason I decided to make this video is, look what good planning does to jobs. Look what good planning, having a planner going in and say, hey, what type of faucet do I have? Hey, here's 3 kits. I'm gonna put them out at the job site. I'm not sure what kind of seals you need, but this has got everything. There were seal packages that I bought that ranged from $5 up to $25. So if I would have just bought the $25 one of the right faucet the first time, I make one trip to Home Depot and I'm invested $25, even if I throw away the extra parts. Or most of the time I'll put them in a Ziploc bag and save them for another day. So, I've got 5.5 hours, let's just say 5 hours into this job where the wrench time was 20 minutes. A well-planned job would have had, hey, a planner may have invested an hour. What kind of faucet I got? What are the internal workings? Let's get the kit that has everything in it. One trip to Home Depot, $25. So 1 hour and maybe 1 hour and 20 minutes worth of my labor versus 5 hours. And 5 hours of pure frustration. So that's the value of planning. Increases wrench time dramatically, reduces frustration dramatically. This also reminds me of a story of a plant I went to, and I met with the plant manager, and he said the number one problem he has with his maintenance team is all they do is drive around on their scooters. Drive around on their scooters, that's the big problem, help me with that. After spending a week there, I went to the plant manager, I said, what do you think they're doing when they're driving around? And he goes, I don't know. And I said, they're looking for parts. They're looking for parts. If you just watched me, I went to Home Depot 4 times. I spent 4 hours driving and searching through the store and only 20 minutes fixing this sink. So be careful judging your craftspeople based on them wandering around to different cribs and talking to different people. Just be careful of that. So this is Joe out.